All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. We are here to entertain you, possibly educate you, and hopefully make you laugh. I'm Ron Morgan with my co-host,
Dave Havlicek.
So I guess let's get started. So, shit, my mic's acting weird. So, Dave, apparently I have to make a retraction.
Oh, yeah? That's not surprising.
I don't think it's going to go where you think it's going to go. I mean, my job is to make some crazy shit up and try to see what actually sticks to the wall. And as a conspiracy theorist, I only have to be right once. Because then you get the conspiracy theorist fat guy happy dance or I'm right dance. And wait till you see that dance.
Oh, God.
Because it's good.
I don't want to see that.
Everybody wants to see that. We'll have thousands of viewers. We can even make that a TikTok dance. The conspiracy theorist happy fat guy dance, but I'll actually be on my feet. But I'm not right yet. I've got a few predictions out there, but this one apparently I'm wrong on. So I watch videos and I try to surmise what happens in reality by videos and less by words.
Okay.
So like at the G6 summit Biden was at,
Yeah.
I thought he walked away from the crowd. Apparently, the G6 leaders walked away from him. And he didn't try and sniff the Pope. The Pope tried and sniffed him.
Okay.
And when he barked at reporters, that just never happened, according to the Democrats and the media now. Because they're calling them cheap fakes.
Oh, yeah, cheap fakes.
Yeah, they're blaming the right-wing media on all of Joe Biden's fuck-ups and trying to say that they're not real. So apparently I've been wrong the whole time.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he ever shit his pants or pooped in his pants, trying to be PG or maybe R, I don't know what the hell the different ratings are. Apparently that's not him pooping his pants. He's just, I don't know, maybe doing a kegel or like stretching his anus out. I don't know. Maybe there's
I thought we discussed this. He was just sitting down.
Well, you say he was sitting down.
Yeah, and you were supposed to go watch the video.
I did. He squatted and pooped. But that's a cheap fake. Or a cheap fake. What the hell they're trying to say. Oh, Jesus Christ. How stupid do they think we are? We understand what's actually going on, people. You guys lie. We laugh. We all have a good time. That's how it's supposed to go. The Democrats and the media are just a bunch of liars. Come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. Because I said it. The media lies. The Democrats lie. Oh, speaking of the Democrats lying, well, maybe not. I've been trying on X to reach out to Chuck Schumer.
Okay.
I want to get invited to his barbecue.
Oh, yeah, the raw meat barbecue.
Well, I don't like the guy, and the guy should be in jail. He should, because he's a liar, and he's horrible. But, dear God, don't disrespect that meat that way.
What do you mean? It looked like a perfectly normal cheeseburger. I think
of
we actually
all-
posted about that twice, because I posted about it.
Oh, did you?
And then you posted about it.
Yeah, I'm not good on social media. That's not my thing. No, but the thing that bothers me is it was a gas grill. What are they trying to... Propane is gas.
Yeah.
Propane is gas.
I didn't look at the grill too closely.
Well, I'm not even 100% sure there was a flame or if there was like a
I
little...
thought there was a little one.
There might have been a little tiny one, but that ain't going to cook meat, Chuck. And actually, the meat I like the best is Chuck. Weird how that shit happens. Man, dude, seriously. Yeah, he posted it and he immediately pulled it off. Unlike Massey, did you hear about Massey? This happened a while back, but Massey, he's a Kentucky boy, and he's from the right side of Kentucky, which is the eastern side, which is what they don't like visitors over there. No, they really don't. I've got family from the eastern side and from the central side. They're like, yeah, we don't go to the eastern side. They don't want us, and we don't want to be over there. But when he went to pick up so he wanted to buy a Tesla battery to power his house, because this dude truly lives on a house that's disconnected from everything. So he picked up the battery, stopped at a gas station in Georgia to fill up to get home. I mean, you got to put gas in your car.
Yeah.
And he posted a picture of the battery on the trailer. Within minutes of him posting that, people started posting on X, yo, dude, you can't cross state lines with that. That's hazardous material. Oh, and by the way, your plates expired 2 years ago. So what did he do? Didn't remove the post, got in his truck and drove quickly home. You don't catch me in Georgia or Tennessee at that point, I guess. If I'm in Kentucky, I'm home and I'm not crossing state lines. See, that's how you handle that. You don't remove your fuck up.
Well, but they can still use that as evidence to, like that's what they do.
Sure they can.
That's how they catch most criminals these days.
Well, but according to him, the statute of limitations is now over on that. Because he got that Tesla battery years ago.
Okay, yeah. So you unless they can date the photo somehow. But yeah, that's how they catch most criminals. They post about it on Facebook, and then the police just look at their Facebook and say, "Oh, well, this guy admitted to a crime."
Yeah, there are a bunch of dumbasses that do that. No, but he's got proof when he bought the battery.
Yeah.
When it was on his trailer, when apparently his plates weren't registered properly. Which honestly, I love it. Don't worry about it, man. We're libertarians. We don't like the government. We don't want them telling us what to do. Nobody register your plates. Let's make that the 2025 motto. I know we're not there yet, but we got to make this growing movement. Nobody register your plates. They can't arrest us all.
That's true.
They might try, but they won't. So, where are we at now? So
we are in Las Vegas, Nevada.
In a hot garage. Sorry. We're in a soundstage studio. A podcasting studio that's perfectly comfortable to sit in right now, and when it's 105 outside, maybe kind of sort of, I don't really know. So you know what I found weird this week is like AOC and a bunch of her squad members and a bunch of reporters like Rachel Madcow or whatever her name is. Apparently they're coming out for Trump.
What do you mean?
Well, they're saying that if Trump gets elected, they'll be arrested.
Oh, okay.
So I want them arrested.
Yeah. Well, what would they be arrested for?
Well, they're Democrats in the media. They lie. They think
that's legal, though.
Well, they think that they're going to arrest them because Trump's apparently a tyrant.
Why didn't he arrest them the first time?
Well, you got to stop using reason. See, Dave, that's your problem. You use reason. I mean, reason says, well, he didn't arrest you last time. Why would he arrest you now? But they're trying to use scare tactics. Like, oh, the videos are fake. Joe Biden's not wandering on stage like a Zumba. Or they're going to arrest the media and the progressive left. I mean, I'm not for fake arrest. I'm not for government control. But seriously, Uncle Sam, put your boot on the neck of the progressive Democrats. I'm kind of okay with that. I'll look the other way. Even though I'm a libertarian and I don't necessarily like that, I'll take a nap that day. Do what you got to do, because I don't like them. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where else are we at today? You got anything you want to talk about, or should I keep going?
Yeah,
I got more.
It seemed like a slow news week for me. I mean, I didn't really pay much attention.
It's a beautiful week this week. Kansas, the state of Kansas. Who knew? Have you ever driven through Kansas?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
So if
got a lot of bugs on the windshield.
Yeah, but no. So if you're coming from the east, heading west, the mile markers trick you. So typically when you see a mile marker, it's either counting down or counting up.
Right.
Well, theirs start counting down. And when you first entered the state from Missouri, who knew Missouri was next to Kansas? Who knew the Kansas City Chiefs were actually in Missouri?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I knew that.
Well, I didn't know. I'm not getting to that story. I'm getting off topic. So when you cross over that state line, it says like 178 miles.
Okay.
And it's going down. I go, 178, I can do that no problem.
Yeah.
It gets around 60, and it changes to 375. Apparently, another interstate enters in and kind of messes with that.
Yeah, they do that kind of weird shit.
But still, I was all happy. Like, hey, I'm going to be in Colorado at 170 miles. Not going to happen. So, I'm trying to think where I was going with this. So the state of Kansas this week is suing Pfizer.
Okay. So, what for? I assume the COVID shot thing.
Well, so it's a tricky. I don't truly know the. I heard the Attorney General of Kansas talk about it, and it looks like they're going in the proper direction because Pfizer does still have immunity. All vaccine makers have immunity. Joe Biden
been working out for them though.
No, it has not. Thank you. I love that. I love the fact that we are finally breaking this shit down. But so what they're doing is because they haven't really said how the path they're going to take.
Yeah.
But what they said was, you advertised this wrong.
Yeah.
You talked about it wrong. So instead of going after the vaccine not working, because the vaccine doesn't work, could be my opinion, it could be wrong, but people are dying. They're going after, it appears to me from what I've seen, they're going after the advertisement of the vaccine, which would not have the immunity attached to it.
Interesting.
So they might have actually found so the Kansas, what is that? Like
Kansan?
Illinoisans, Indianans, Kentuckians, Kansasans. I don't know what you guys call yourself, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the fight. Go after Pfizer. And then we got the Louisianans.
Oh, yeah. I was about to bring that one up. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Go right ahead.
Yeah, so they, maybe it's not the same thing you're thinking of, but
I'm sure it is.
that's the only thing that's been in the news that I know of.
In Louisiana.
So, yeah, they passed a law saying you have to have the 10 Commandments in every public school.
No, mine is different, which is weird. I don't know how Louisiana's in the news twice in 1 week.
Because they're a bunch of
but let's
fucking
deal
morons.
with that. Because Chase, what's his last name again?
Oliver.
Oh, Chase Oliver. I keep forgetting his name. If he would just contact me and talk to me, I'm pretty sure I'd remember his name. But he's kind of basic, so. So go ahead with yours.
I mean, like, what else is there to say? This is fucking stupid.
Well,
the Supreme Court has already ruled that it's unconstitutional. Now, we do have a different composition of the court these days, but it's going to be hard to justify this.
Okay, so if you ban all religion from public schools.
Well, no, so this is different. This is not a school may display this. It's all schools must display this.
Well, okay, but after the Civil War, all schools must have presented. Actually, I think this happened in the 1950s. All schools must show a picture of Abraham Lincoln. It was a way of keeping the South down. You can Google it. It did happen. Blah,
well, they
blah, blah.
probably ruled against that too.
No. This is back in the 40s and 50s. You couldn't pull. You couldn't get this shit off of that. The guys in the suits and the fedoras would just come and kick you in the head, and you'd be done. ACLU wouldn't have existed back then. No, but like I guess I can only liken this to when my son was in school, and he had, I think, going through school, he had like maybe 2 or 3 Jewish teachers, and that was in the 90s, and religion was not allowed in school. You can't sing religious songs, except unless you're singing a religious Jewish song. Because the last time I checked, Judaism is a religion. It's not a nationality. So they're singing like dreidel, 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 or whatever.
Well, that's a song about a dreidel. That's not religious.
But they sung a bunch of religious songs about the Jewish religion. I'm pretty sure the dreidel thing mentions like. Well,
okay, so
something religious.
Like,
I don't know.
Everybody that works in the public gets this wrong because they're all a bunch of fucking idiots. But like, you're allowed to discuss religion.
Right.
You're allowed to sing religious songs. You're allowed to pray on your own time. You're just not allowed to make other people do it. I don't understand why this is hard.
Yeah, you can walk out. The kids that want to opt out can walk out the classroom, sit in the hallway.
Well, no.
They can be shamed.
The teacher can't use class time to lead a prayer.
Okay.
Because the teacher is the government agent.
Right.
So, but if a kid is in homeroom, they can pray on their own time or in lunchroom.
Yeah.
Or
I personally don't have that's not a huge issue of mine. Yeah, I don't want like all religions being discussed in school, might as well just cut them all out. But
it's not the issue itself; it's like the precedence, right? Because like they're never going to just stop here, right? They're going to start going back to creationism again, and like all the other fucking stupid shit these people talk about.
So, how did humans get here? Let's go deep.
Evolution. I mean,
we're monkeys.
Well,
don't say the word monkey. Don't be careful.
Technically, we are monkeys.
Uh-oh. Is that a bad word to say?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to...
Why would it be a bad word?
I'm not going to expound on that. I got in trouble for saying monkey a few times in a joke. That was totally respectful and did not disrespect black people because I don't know what the hell their problem was.
Well, all humans are also from Africa.
True.
And we're also all monkeys. So I don't know what you want to take from that.
So where is this?
Monkeys have thumbs.
The opposable thumb?
Yes.
So they can pick stuff up?
Yes.
And dial cell phones?
Yes. How do you not know what a monkey looks like?
A monkey or an ape?
Both.
Okay. I don't really get it. This is not
monkeys
one of my
have tails.
things.
That's the difference. That's the major difference. Yeah, monkeys have tails. Apes do not have tails. That's the difference.
I'm doing my Marge Simpson quote.
Look it up.
Okay. Do monkeys have thumbs? Okay. We
Oh
gotta
my
take a
God! Of course they do.
quick break here.
Oh my God!
No, because I thought the opposable thumb was like the whole thing of
no.
this is why monkeys can't be humans.
No, monkeys are tiny. They're just they don't have enough brain mass.
They throw poo too.
So do apes.
So do I. Make me mad.
I'm pretty sure even lemurs have thumbs, and they're like one removed from monkeys.
Oh, this is great on air right now. Neither one of them are talking. We're both typing. I'm trying to forget. Apes and old world monkeys have fully opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
So define opposable. Just kidding. I know what that word means.
It means you can grasp things. Like regular mammals have thumbs, but they're attached like this.
I mean, this one's not my thing, but that's fine. I'll give you. We might have come from monkeys, people. In case you didn't know, that might be true. Dave's never wrong because he can't say the word wrong.
I spent like most of my college arguing about evolution online,
Okay.
so I'm pretty well versed in it.
So have you took the last week? Because I did post that clip on X to show you how to say the word wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you're never wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eventually, I will get him to say it. It doesn't necessarily mean he has to be wrong. I just want to hear the word come out of his mouth.
But yeah, like these lunatics, it's the whole pendulum swinging, right? Like they tried this back in the early 2000s, and then the left went fucking psycho, and now the right's coming back again. But they're not gonna just be like, okay, let's just stop this nonsense. They're gonna do their own dumb bullshit again. I mean, they always do.
I'm not getting into creationism. I don't. It's not my thing. I don't care about it. I'm here, and that's all that matters.
I mean, it's important that like.
Do you know where I came from?
No, but if we want to, cure cancer or do medical research that doesn't involve, bullshit vaccines, then you have to have a grasp on how biology works.
So you want to kill a bunch of monkeys so humans can not have cancer?
Sure, why not? I don't give a fuck about monkeys.
They're cute.
So what? Whoever buys them owns them.
They're playful.
Yeah, but if you want to buy a monkey and have it as a pet, that's fine for you. But if I buy a monkey,
you're not allowed to have
scientific
pets.
Research, then that's my.
So if you buy a cat, can you shave it and teach it to walk backwards?
Sure.
That's weird.
It probably won't go for it, but cats don't really like that kind of thing.
Although a dog, you probably could convince it to
dog might work.
Shave its ass and teach it to walk backwards. It's an old joke. Oh. Okay.
Well, then what was your Louisiana thing?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot about it already. So apparently Louisiana is, let me read this. No, I want to say it a certain way because I don't want to be accused of, making shit up. Louisiana is starting the process to get criminal referral requests for Fauci and other public health officials.
Oh, okay.
So apparently Louisiana is going after a serial killer.
Yeah.
Geez, that was hard to get out.
Well, but now if they're all a bunch of creationists, how are they going to prove that Fauci was wrong? Right? Like
don't mix two stories. That's going to give me a headache.
But that's the reality, right? Like
he killed people.
How do you prove that? You have to use science, right? You can't just say it. You have to use science and then go down the route of evidence.
Science people just ruin everything. I have facts that are not science related, and you science people are going to be like, well, it can't happen because of this.
I mean,
see, if you take the X on the axis and the A and the S.
Yes. This has always pissed me off as a libertarian because, people on the right will say, I like the free market because, everyone can try their own thing and discover the best solution, and then the market just works.
Okay.
But I didn't come from no goddamn monkey, right? And then the people on the left are like, well, evolution is this trial and error, random mutation and natural selection, and eventually species that are better adapted survive and the other ones die out, but the free market doesn't work, so we need communism. It's the same side of the fucking coin.
Well, actually, you just brought up a very valid point here. If you could change the word creationism to COVID, you might have had the exact same argument.
What do you mean?
COVID doesn't exist. COVID does exist.
It exists. I had it.
Oh, you had a cold?
No, I had something much worse.
Oh, did you taste metal?
What?
Did you taste metal?
I couldn't taste anything.
Oh, some people had COVID taste metal. My point being,
and it fucked up my smell. I still smell things weird.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So it had.
So it's man-made.
I'm not saying that. I don't know that.
Well, it has to be.
It doesn't have to be.
Something
That's not,
that-
I mean, I
something-
believe that it was, but I don't. That's not a necessary truth.
Has a virus ever changed anybody's sense of smell for this long of a period?
I think it has. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't believe it
I don't
has.
think so, but that doesn't make it man-made. Like, it's just new.
So my point is, though, the government and the media have worked together for decades, apparently even possibly hundreds and thousands of years, to get us to keep arguing so we can't agree, so we constantly fight, so we don't know. When we go to vote, we're like, oh my God, I'm voting for abortion, I'm voting for guns, I'm voting for this, I'm voting for that, because the TV said this. Shut the fuck up.
Well,
just fucking vote for the person that's going to make your life the best.
So the other thing, even if it was man-made, right, the way they make a virus isn't like some guy like cutting and pasting genes, right? They put the virus in a bunch of petri dishes and make it evolve.
So Control X and Control P, that's not.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Oh,
no.
they're not doing that.
No,
Okay.
so like they have a bunch of petri dishes, and they say, oh, I like the way that one works. Let's throw the others out and have this one propagate, and they just have faster evolution.
So you are thinking that it's gain of function.
Yeah, that's how gain of function research
Right.
works.
No, agree. And because I mean, I go back to where the bird flu's they're doing a gain of function on the bird flu right now. We're going to see that here momentarily.
I mean, that's how we make like tomatoes and bananas and shit. It's the same thing.
Actually, yeah, I heard that bananas wouldn't actually exist without genetic altering.
Well, what we do is to make a banana tree. There's no such thing as a banana tree.
Right.
So like we had banana trees in the past, and then like we chopped a branch off, and then we glued it to another tree, like a completely different tree.
And that's fine. All I'm going to say is I will not eat plant-based bananas. Oh, wait. I'm confused. Did I just confuse myself?
I think so.
I'll eat plant-based bananas. I will not eat bugs or plant-based meat. Okay. I had to reset myself there. I got a little confused. Oh, Lordy, what do we got next? Oh, I didn't make enough notes on that.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I did. I put a space in where it shouldn't be. So, what's your feelings on the Daily Caller as a website?
I mean, I'll occasionally click links from there, and
Okay,
I don't
so
really.
somewhat reputable.
I don't know about that. but-
Well, I mean, the articles I'm reading, and it seems he's got my slant to the world, so I kind of dig him, and I think he's right. I think they're right. I say him because I'm talking about. There's no way I'm getting this last name right. Let's just say Philip L. It's actually L. Oh,
It's not Phil McCracken, is it?
I don't know. No, it's actually a Michael Bendover
Oh, okay.
or Michael Hunt
Michael Hunt. I got it.
and Bendover. No, it's LENZCCYC. I don't know. He's Polish.
Polish guy. Oh, there you go.
Well, we'll
They
dig
have
him.
they're so poor in Poland that they can't buy a vowel.
I did not say that. That was Dave. I think you people can afford vowels. So he's come out this week and he's claiming that the Chinese police are here in America and at the southern border. Now, I'm going to stop that statement for a second. Have you heard about the Chinese police stations stationed around America?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree that is true
Probably.
because you've heard about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
I believe it. I'm not setting you up for a joke. Although it might sound like I was.
I've heard about it from sources that wouldn't admit to it unless it was true. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
like me.
So it's no, not like you. So generally, like if CNN tells me something that's anti-left, I tend to believe that because
Right.
CNN is leftist.
Yeah.
And then if like Fox tells me something that's anti-right, then I tend to believe that.
Right. No, I agree. Every once in a while, they got to be right so they can say they're right. Or left or whatever.
Or just something is just too obvious to ignore or
So
to spin.
he's with the Chinese police stations here in the country, and he interviewed a guy who claimed to be a Chinese police officer at the southern border who was facilitating Chinese immigrants getting into the country.
Okay.
And again, I go back to you can't just walk out of a communist country. I go back to the fact that they're sending police officers over here to keep an eye on their citizens to make sure they do what they're supposed to do when they're here.
Yeah, but there's nothing they can do.
There's
Nothing they. Okay, so I mean, having grown up in Chicago, I'm sure you went down to Chinatown, right?
Oh, I love Chinatown's where I go.
And Chicago Chinatown is interesting because there's a big building right on the corner of Cermak and Wentworth, I think it is.
Okay.
And it's just like a big, kind of like a VFW hall, but Chinese. And you're like, well, there's no stores. And you're like, well, what's going on in there? And that's a triad building, right?
Okay.
So they have their own...
so the triad is the Chinese mafia.
Yes.
Okay. Just some people who didn't know.
But this is in every ethnic community. I mean, like...
So every ethnic community has a police department here on our land?
You're using the word police department, but like...
To spy on their citizens that are here. And to correct their behavior when they're bad.
Well, yeah, but the triads do the same thing. But it's not like a police department. It's just like, this is our neighborhood, and these are the people that run it. And yes, they do organized criminal stuff, but that's how you have to work in the country. I mean, like, you telling me the government doesn't do the organized crime too? Of course they do.
Of course they do. But again, the CCP should not be on our land.
Well, there's no should. There is and there isn't.
Well, they should not. I mean, I don't like.
Well, but if Chinese people choose to listen to them, then they can. And if they say "fuck you," there's nothing the triads or whoever the fuck can really do about it. Okay. And you don't have to live in an ethnic Chinese neighborhood, right? Like
True.
You can move anywhere you want into a gated community, and there's nothing they can do to you.
I'm just setting this story up for a future show.
Okay.
Because I know what's going to happen. I'm in the know.
We'll see.
The stars have aligned.
I don't think so.
The moon is in the. What is the moon in?
The house of Mercury ascending or whatever.
It's all lined up, man. I've seen it all. I know where this is going, but I can't tell you yet.
I don't think so.
Oh, no. Bad days are coming.
Well, yes, but I don't think for the reason that you think they are.
There's an awful lot of illegals here doing something.
Doesn't matter.
Actually, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but did you ever have it in Los Angeles today?
No.
They opened up a $600 million high-rise building with like fitness centers and like all kinds of amenities, and it's for the homeless.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
be homeless in
LA,
man.
My apartment.
I get LA apartment.
Just
for
drive
free?
on down there.
Oh,
hey guys.
Jesus. So yeah, I and with the daily caller, the Philip Lazinski guy, that's kind of who I'm kind of watching right now because he's got some stories that he kind of thinks like I do, or I think like he does. I'm probably smarter than me. But that's kind of where I'm going with that. Oh, shit. We're 7 days and counting to the debate.
Nice. So are we going to... Should we do a live show? Or
I want to, but I don't know where to go because Travis have got back to me.
Oh, okay. I mean, unless we did it here.
I mean, can we do a live show?
I don't see why not.
So are you willing to commit to the whole debate?
How long is it supposed to be? And what time from what to what time?
I think it's a 2 or 3 hour debate. So that could be I mean, I can get a TV behind us. Well, it's got to be, I believe, a 3 hour debate because Biden asked for bathroom breaks. I'm not touching that joke. I mean, seriously, dude. Oh yeah, the rules of this debate are 100% Joe Biden and like 0 Trump.
Well, I saw that Trump gets the last word.
Will his microphone be on or off?
On.
Oh well, at least that's something.
So it was like they did a coin flip, and Biden won the coin flip, and they could either choose which side of the stage to be on, or get the last word, and Biden chose to be on whatever side of the stage he wanted.
Well, that's the dumb. You always want the last word.
I don't know what the reasoning was.
Well, this just proves he's an idiot, and his campaign.
I'm pretty sure he didn't choose it. It was his campaign people.
Well, yeah, because he can't make a decision. Except, do I poop my pants now or holy shit now? Sorry. Yeah. So the moderator. Have you seen the moderators?
No.
Are Jake Tapper and Diana Bash. Did I write those names down? Yeah, Diana Bash. So Jake Tapper is anti-Trump.
Right.
And he's gone on TV saying how much he's anti-Trump. And then Dana Bash. Do you know anything about her?
No.
So it is one of her ex-husbands. Apparently she has had more than one. Fine woman to live with. Her first ex-husband is one of the 51 signers of the Hunter Biden laptop being Russian propaganda. So, to me, I say run with it, because Trump now has a way in to bring up the laptop without bringing up the court case. So he can be like, well, Diana, I know your ex-husbands thought this was fake.
Mic cut.
What's that?
They're going to cut his mic. So
Well,
he says that. That's the thing. They can cut mics.
They're going to cut his mic. I mean, seriously, they're going to cut his mic every time.
Oh, yeah.
Because he can have no props, which I'm like, really?
Yeah,
I
they've
mean,
always done that.
well, yeah, but I mean, this time, I mean, can you imagine? I think Dan Bongino said this. It was have him blow up a check from the CCP to Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
And just hold that up.
Okay, so the debate is going to be on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could be here for that. I can probably get...
Or maybe 6 p.m. because like this is the pre-show schedule. So
well, wouldn't it say when it ends?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you know what? You guys might you might be seeing us live here next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
We don't know where that's going to go, and I mean, we're going to, we're much better live. I mean, here, we're kind of like awkward and dick jokes and poop jokes, but live we are like tight. As if that's going to be true.
Yeah, okay, it's going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific, Thursday, June 27th. And okay, 90 minutes long with 2 commercial breaks. So that's not bad. Like, this is our normal schedule.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we can go net. Well, we don't do commercial breaks, though.
No, well, no, but
because no one pays us to advertise on our
show. But so we can either do it live or we can just upload it the next day as we normally do.
I almost want to do it. Well, you don't drink, so it wouldn't be kind of fun. Because my intention was to have chocolate shots on the table, and every time Biden poops his pants, we do a chocolate shot. And my wife was going to drive me because I think there's going to be a lot of pooping of the pants.
I don't think. I mean,
no, they're going to have a cork up that thing.
And that would be the commercial break. Like, okay, guys, we're cutting.
Like he has that choice.
Well, no, but
the
I'm
dude's
sure
walking on the tarmac. He's got to stop and spread his legs.
It's not going to be live, though. It's going to be on a slight delay.
Like a 5-minute delay.
Yeah, and then they're going to be able to do any editing they need.
Oh, no.
They always do that.
No.
Because Trump's going to say fuck or shit or whatever, and they have to bleep it.
The delay I don't mind. But set the commercial breaks at 45 minutes in or 20 minutes in, commercial break, 20 minutes later. Don't cut the commercial when he poops his pants. That's wrong. We as Americans, we deserve to see him poop his pants again.
And then they made up some bullshit to get RFK not there.
Yeah.
Where like they said, okay, you have to qualify in 5 polls, and he's like, okay, here's 5 polls. No, not those. You can't use those. And actually, like, neither Trump nor Biden also qualify by their own
because
rules.
They're not on the ballot yet. That's the problem. You have to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
Well, neither one are on the ballot.
Right.
But so I'm kind of glad Kennedy's out on this one. I think he needs to be on the rest. But this one needs to be a shit show. Trump needs to realize the less words you say, the more points you're going to win by. Let Biden mumble, stumble, poop his pants, talk about his uncle being eaten by cannibals. Let all that happen. The more you let him talk, the more I get to talk about on the next Thursday. So Trump, man, do a brother a favor. Just hook me up. Let that guy just mumble and stumble and potentially bark at people, which apparently he's done twice now. Did you see him? He goes, ma, 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 ma. But then he...
that's a sheep fake.
But then he gag. I know, but then he giggles. He giggles after that. It's weird. So, whatever. I mean, Trump, just let this dude embarrass him. I know you're smart. You're a great debater. But just kick back and let this dude kill himself. He is going to die on stage, and they're going to replace him. So, when I say that, I do have to make another alteration to something that I said. That I said Biden will be out in 30 days, which I still believe, with this exception, and I'm pissed at myself that I missed this. And I did say this last week, is that Hillary Clinton could be on the list to be replaced. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's got a facelift. She's been seen with hot sauce in her purse. Do you know that joke?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you don't know, she was at a black restaurant and she ordered food. She goes, "Oh, don't worry. I brought my own hot sauce out of my purse." I'd love somebody to catch her live and go, "Show me the hot sauce in your purse." And she'd be like, "What?" Yeah. She's, whatever. So, getting back to Biden being removed, they will Uncle Bernie or Bernie. What is that? When they had the dead guy and they walked him around. Weekend with Bernie's. They will 3 months with Bernie, Joe Biden, if Hillary Clinton is the nominee. I did miss this. And I truly am mad at myself because if Biden was to step down or be removed or die, not wishing death on anybody, then Camellia, I can't say her name.
Kamala.
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 I have a speech impediment. I'm not getting into it. Whatever her name is. I'm not insulting you. I just can't say your name. She will become, with an asterisk, the first female United States president.
Okay.
And Hillary Clinton can't allow that. So they will duct tape and bungee cord Joe Biden's corpse to anybody and everybody who's willing to walk next to him to get him through January. Oh, hell, it's going to be all the way to January.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. But there's no way Hillary Clinton's going to let the vice president become the first female president. So that's where it's a little caveat that I've got. But there's a big debate going on, and Bongino's brought this up. If Biden was to step down or be removed, which it's going to happen because, I mean, even at this Hollywood event, well, I'll get to that in a second. If he is to step down, she's going to be the first female president. So, but, they kind of weakened at Bernie'd him over the weekend at the George Clooney fundraiser for him in Hollywood.
I don't pay attention to that shit.
Okay, so there was like a bunch of activity and it's a big show that George Clooney was hosting, and I didn't watch it either. I just kind of caught the highlights. Biden froze on stage, and it's really funny because if you watch the footage of what went out on TV, they panned way back. And what they missed when they panned way back, because there was a few cameras still panned way in, is Obama grabbed Biden by the wrist and kind of tugged him and then put his hand behind his back, and that's where the Weekend at Bernie's thing came up at. Just kind of like walked that corpse right out of the room. So like Dan Bongino said, he goes, that's a power move.
I might go watch that when I get home.
Yeah, you should. It's a pretty cool power move.
No, I mean the Weekend at Bernie's. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Much more entertaining what happened. But it was just going to show you that who's truly running this country, whether it's Obama or he's part of it. Again, I say the debates to get Joe Biden off the ballot because he ain't good. He ain't smart. But but he did freeze on stage. So, but this brings up an interesting point. George Clooney was there. There was, I guess I don't know the other actors and actresses that were there, except for Jack Black. Do you remember Jack Black?
Yeah.
He was in a movie like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he used to be funny.
Yeah. He used to be funny. But he was wearing this like American flag overalls. But I believe it was either Stalin or somebody else wore a very similar pair of overalls with their flag. No, I guess it was a meme, could have been Photoshop, but it entertained me and I laughed, so I don't care. So check this out. So we all know about Epstein's Island, right?
Uh-huh. Well, I don't know anything about it.
Have you been there? Are you on the logs?
I don't answer questions like that.
Is the FBI coming to your house
I don't answer questions like that.
So a judge back in January said she wanted all the names to be released.
Right, I remember that.
They gave us a sacrificial list of 20 people?
Yeah.
And then
we always had the flight logs.
Right.
That was leaked a long time ago.
But it kind of died off.
Yeah.
So what if the camera footage and all this other stuff that the FBI does have, and they're using to blackmail people, what if you look at every actor or actress that comes out for Joe Biden now being on that Epstein Island visitor? Because, one, who would willingly come out to support Poopy Pants.
I'm pretty sure all these Hollywood idiots do that. Like,
I mean,
but on the other hand, the ones who don't don't tend to be pedophiles. So like
you don't. So I say read the room, and actors and actresses are trained to read the room. We all know that we don't.
Not.
Well, I guess that's more of comics.
Yeah, that's like.
But Jack Black is a comic, though.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Sort of, kind of.
No, he did stand up.
So he knows how to read a room. He knows that we don't like Joe Biden as a whole. I mean, like as a country.
Yeah.
If you were to like have a megaphone that went across the entire country.
Because I don't think he gives a fuck.
So he's just in woke Hollywood and just can't see past the
like
Hollywood
those people, they have their own little world. Now, in the poker world, I get a little glimpse of these people because every once in a while, some of them will come and play poker, and like you can ask them questions and they'll chit chat and they don't mind talking about it, but like they are fucking in their own world. I mean, like they have no clue how the average person lives, what kind of struggles you might have. Like they don't even understand the concept of going to the grocery store because they don't go to the grocery store. And I don't blame them because if they did, they would be swarmed. They wouldn't be able to do anything.
That is bullshit because I met Sam Elliott at a grocery store.
Okay, Sam Elliott. I mean,
no.
Who knows who Sam Elliott is?
He's iconic.
Nobody knows who Sam Elliott is.
You did.
Yeah, but I'm a fucking movie buff.
I actually. So, okay, let's see how good of a movie buff you are. I met him in a Ralph's.
Ralph's?
Yeah.
What does that have to do?
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, but
he didn't go the route. They got the Folgers coffee can from a Ralph to bury Donnie in his ashes. Okay, fine. It was a deep dive into the Big Lebowski.
Okay, I didn't.
And in all reality, I really didn't like talk to him to interrupt him. I just kind of do what I've always done.
Yeah, but what was he doing? Like fucking like checking the eggs?
Pancake batter, which is weird. I thought it was like he was all like bent over, like really investigating.
I'm looking for pancake batter. Where's the Sioux City sarsaparilla?
I need me some pancakes. No, I just walked by, and this is kind of what I do, because like even in like Chicago, I come across like movie stars, because of where I lived at. I lived in the Gold Coast and whatever. But I would just go, hey, I'm a big fan, and I wouldn't even break pace. I just keep walking. I don't want to disturb their beat, but I also want to acknowledge that I like them. And
I'm pretty sure Sam Elliott can grocery style. Like, but Tom Cruise,
but wait,
Jack Black.
So he stands up and is like, well, thank you. Like. No problem. And I kept walking. So I didn't really meet him.
Yeah.
But it was Sam Elliott. We were eye to eye, face to face. So I thought it was cool.
Jack Black, I mean, like everybody would recognize Jack Black.
I don't think I would.
Well, not now because of his goofy ass
fat beard.
Yeah.
Jack Black.
But like a normal looking Jack Black, people would recognize him.
If he was running around in his underwear, hands down, I would recognize him. Because apparently he can only be funny in his underwear. Orange County, sorry. I guess I should have qualified that. Orange County is one of my favorite movies. It was Jack Black is probably in my mind one of his greatest movies. But dude, seriously, Biden. I mean, hey, if you want to come on the podcast and defend yourself, I'll give you $500, Jack Black. I don't. Is he poor? Is he poor yet?
Why would he be poor?
I mean, has he done a movie in the last 20 years?
He doesn't need to.
Oh, so he's like Orange County money and good?
I guess.
What other movies he been in that made money?
He was in I don't think he really starred in anything that I can think of.
He was a good comedy.
In a ton of comedy movies where I'm sure he got a good payday.
He's
in a lot of movies.
He's no Zach Galifianakis, whatever that guy's name is. Which because they're very similar body styles and comedy. But Zach's funnier than you are, Jack. Sorry. Don't go away, Jack. No. What's that song? How does that song go? What? Go away, Jack. No, I don't know. There's a song about get the fuck out of here, Jack. We're tired of you now. You just went woke and you went broke. No, I mean, I don't get this, man. Why? I mean, why? But don't come out for Trump either.
They live in a bubble. Like they live in a bubble, and the only people they ever talk to or interact with say this. So naturally, that's what they believe.
But to the flip side, do you remember when Clint Eastwood interviewed an empty chair?
Yeah.
I mean, why?
I don't know. I thought that was
weird. We don't care about you guys. We want you to entertain us, do your little dance, tell your little jokes, say your lines the way the writers write them for you, because that's all you're doing is saying the lines the way they were written for you. Entertain us and go home. We don't care about your politics.
Well, but if if you're in the grocery store as a famous celebrity for whatever reason and people swarm you, and like everyone's happy to see you, why would you not assume that they care about your political opinions? Right? You're important. They're not.
Because of all the people that have like. Do you like Bruce Springsteen?
I like his music, some of it.
Did you like him like when he first came out?
I wasn't even born yet.
The fuck? He was out in the 90s, dude.
No, he's from like the late 70s or mid 70s. What are you talking about?
Well, I've never been a big fan of his. So.
Jesus.
No, I mean...
Asbury Park? Come on.
Okay, so apparently you're like him. No, I don't like it when I don't want to know their political views. I just don't.
Well, but okay, so to be fair, like a lot of singers sing about their political views, right? So like that's their art. Whereas an actor is doing what somebody else wrote for them.
So if it's in their song, which is their art, then I'm a lot more accepting of that because that's their art.
Well, that's what Bruce Springsteen's all about.
Yeah, but he came out and he's made speeches and
he's always been this way.
Well, I don't want to hear
same with John Mellencamp.
Oh,
or like
wait, who?
A lot of
John Mellencamp,
John Cougar.
John Cougar, and then
first he was Johnny Cougar.
Yeah.
Then he was John Cougar.
And then went to John Cougar
Mellencamp.
Mellencamp.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
And then now he's
John
something else. And has he had a song out recently?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, because I grew up. I lived in Indiana for a while, and he was like really pop because he's from Indy. He was a Hoosier too. We still don't know what Hoosier is, but except Hoosier Mama, Hoosier Dada. Yeah. I said that on another podcast. I was trying not to repeat the joke, but that's a callback. So we'll go with that. So I mean, and he had the ripped jeans and the bandana hanging out of the back pocket, which is actually funny because in the gay world in the 90s, that was a symbol. Did you know that?
No.
I don't know. So the color of the band.
10.
But you're gay, right?
No.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
You're thinking of the guy you're voting for president.
Chase Oliver. Come out and play, Chase. Come on. No, apparently, and I'm not saying J.C. Mellencamp or John Cougar or whatever. I'm not saying he's gay. I'm just saying he had bandanas hanging in his back pocket, and that means something to the gay community. Nothing wrong with being gay. I think gay people should be libertarians, just not Chase Oliver. Because you want to transition kids, you little basic bitch. No, I mean, seriously. I mean, no, it still pisses me off. What can I do? How do I win people over to the Libertarian Party when they Google, well, Libertarian Party? I've actually never heard of that. Why the fuck have you never heard of that, dumbass? But then they're going to go, well, I don't watch TV or whatever. Yeah. And they're going to Google Libertarian Party 2024, no. And this kid transitioning guy is going to pop out. And I'm going to go, yeah, that's our presidential candidate. Vote for me. I don't want kids to transition, but he does. How do I do that?
I mean, it's so okay. So,
I mean, you're running for office too.
You have to. Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. I'm just paper candidate. But you have to understand that, like, there's a whole big web of shit in this, and like both of you guys are on the wrong end of it. So like, what Chase says is that he wants the government to be out of your medical decisions, right?
Okay.
And I assume you would agree with that statement.
Yes.
Okay. So now he says if a doctor recommends a treatment for a child, that's not the government's business to stop it.
Is it based on diagnosis, though?
Presumably. I mean.
Okay. So.
But now here's the thing. Yeah, a lot of libertarians are getting this wrong. And, not all libertarians are anarchists. Yeah. So
I'm not. You
right.
Are.
So if you're an anarchist like me, obviously that position is correct. Right? The government has no place in anything. So therefore, if a doctor prescribes a treatment that most of us agree is abuse, right? You don't have a right to interfere, but the child, when they grow up, has a right to sue.
Which actually there are quite a few lawsuits starting to pop up now, but I don't want to get that.
Yeah,
the media is hiding those, so there's really no way to get
So now, if you're a non-anarchist, if you're a minarchist or whatever you want to call yourself, then you would say, well, the government has a limited role, and that role is to protect our rights, and children have rights, and we think that doctors giving certain treatments violates those rights.
Okay.
So now. Again, I'm an anarchist, so I'm not going to argue the minarchist position. But here's the problem. All these doctors that have this goofy-ass belief and where they're like, that all comes from the government too, right? Because government funds medical research, basically all of it, and government decides who gets grants and who doesn't.
Okay.
So if a researcher says, I'm going to study trans kids, and my hypothesis is that we should give them hormone treatments,
Okay.
he gets a government grant. Whereas if somebody says, I'm going to study trans kids, and I think it's just a phase, and we should just give them therapy and love and whatever, he doesn't get a grant, right? So now Chase is missing this whole thing, right? He's saying, well, the doctors say that we should give the kids hormones, therefore the government shouldn't step in. But it's the government that paid for that research, right? So we don't know what actual scientific research would look like in this field until we get the government out of all of it.
So that is probably the most well thought out, logical argument you've ever presented to me.
No, it's not.
Do you think I'm going to accept it?
What's wrong with
Say
it?
no. So then it's okay for kids to smoke. Why can't a 12-year-old drive?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, you don't.
If it's your 12-year-old, that's your
But-
problem.
No, but it's there. Unfortunate. Well, probably fortunately, we have chosen the age of 16, 18, and 21 to.
Who's we? I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, we have the royal we. I didn't say you and
I'm
I.
saying, but I
We
don't-
didn't sit around in a room and go, kids can drive at 16.
Yeah, but I don't care.
But the reality is,
I'd rather have kids driving down the street than the fucking retards I got to deal with in Vegas every
the
fucking day.
Californians.
Jesus Christ, like kids play video games. This is how I learned to drive. I was driving at 12
No, but
by Grand Theft Auto.
so children's brains are not developed till 26, which I think that's a weird
Yeah,
age.
but that doesn't mean anything.
But so are you for transitioning of kids then?
Like I said, I
You're
believe
for
the
the
government
ability to
shouldn't
do it.
exist. Yeah.
I
So like
agree.
if a pretend we're in a free market anarchy, and a doctor says, you know, there's all these kids that are saying that they think they're the other gender. Let's try this experimental treatment.
But what about the doctor's oath to do no wrong?
Well, someone has to do experiments, right? I mean, like, how did you know that ripping someone's heart out and replacing it with a plastic heart worked unless you tried
Like
it?
a plastic heart, like a it'd be a pig's heart.
Well,
Like,
they do
they
that
have
too.
Plastic hearts now?
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, but or even just ripping someone open, right? Like, I'm going to cut you open and play around with your organs.
But that's the okay. Well, but that's the government allowing that to happen, and that's
No,
the government.
no,
who
no,
paid-
that-
no. They doctors.
Those experiments
they were
happened
paid
before
to-
the government got involved with medicine. Yes, they did.
So it happened before the funding of grants.
Yes,
to
that's
do
a
this.
very recent thing. That's like 1950s and forward.
When was the first heart transplant done?
Well, the heart transplant itself was in like the 80s, I want to say.
Okay.
But the idea of surgery and organ replacement is before that.
So would you forego a heart transplant because it apparently was government funded, at least in the research portion of it? Because the government
you didn't listen to what
allowed
I
it.
just said.
Well, no, you said the government funding started in the 50s. The first heart transplant was in the 80s. That's 30 years.
Yeah.
So there had to be government funding
Right, but
on heart
the science
replacements.
behind heart transplants is older than the 50s. They just didn't perfect the technology for it yet.
So they just did it on their own free will and no money in their pocket.
I'm
They're
sure
just
someone
cutting
got-
open
I'm
dead
sure someone
people
got
and
paid.
yanking out hearts.
I'm sure someone got paid, but
Okay.
they've also proven it, right? It's not like everyone that goes for a heart transplant comes out dead, right? It actually works.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, medical.
And we don't. So that's a problem with this trans stuff, is that how do you measure that it worked, right? Because like, what does worked even mean for that?
Right. There is no true definition of what worked
Right?
is.
It's not like they had a bad heart, and now their heart works.
Well, they had a penis that they didn't like.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I was going to make
So,
a joke about this, but I don't know. I'm going to go there.
I mean, like, if you're a responsible parent, you should know better. But again, like, we all go through, well, not all of us, but most people go through government education, and they get drilled in that government knows best, and the government scientists have your best interests. So, like, how do you blame parents that say, well, the doctor says, so maybe, because they love their kid, right? It's not like they're stupid. Or, okay, no, they are stupid.
No,
it's not like they're...
I will say love the. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so like
I don't want to.
they're doing what they think is the best thing, and
But apparently
Again,
they have-
go back to our free market anarchy, right? A doctor says, I have this idea for a new treatment. I don't know if it's going to work, but I want to get 100 people to do a trial experiment. Now, 100 people, they all sign up, and they sign waivers and whatever bullshit you
Yeah.
got to do, and then right, the doctor does it. I don't have a problem with that.
but he is doing harm. He is.
Well, you can't.
Okay, no.
you can't
let me
do
start-
experiments
let me
without
ask you another
potential
question.
harm.
Let me ask you another question. What is the age of consent in your mind?
I don't have any kids, so I don't give a fuck.
No, but in the world,
This doesn't. You're not listening. I don't have any kids.
driving.
Therefore, I don't give a fuck.
Do you want to put 5-year-olds on the road?
That's not my choice. That's your choice. You have kids. I don't.
It's not about kids.
Yes, it is.
It's about
you
what
said age
age-
of consent.
Right. What age could children be
That's
able?
not my problem. It's not my road. I don't own the road. In an anarchy society, someone will own the road, and they'll say you have to be 16 to drive on this road. Right? Like the amusement park, you have to be this tall to ride the ride.
Well, that's age discrimination, though.
So they're allowed to do it
Why?
because they make the ride. They say what's safe.
Okay. I don't know. I agree with you should not discriminate against kids because of their age.
Well, how
on
about this?
Basic decisions, but
What's your opinion on circumcision? I got him. There it is. I got him. Got him.
no. You don't. You have no clue where I'm going with this, and I'm not even 100% sure I want to bring this up. I mean, I would say there's a longer story involved in this. So, I at that point, it's the parent's right
Why?
because
That's
the
harm.
child can't even speak at the time.
Yeah, but that's harm. They're chopping off bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Well, why should they have that right? If they have that right, then they have the right to do hormone treatment.
To what age, though? I mean,
Until
at
it's not
some
their
point-
kid anymore. Right? This is why
I'm skipping the backstory
so
on this one.
Here's the thing: like, a lot of the minarchist types will say, "I want the government to block this," and then Chase Oliver will say, "I want the government to let parents trans their kids," but I'm saying I want the government to get out of all medical research whatsoever, and then we can figure out what the real science is.
So if he would go public more with a comment like that,
But he won't. He's not that smart.
and that's my problem.
Well,
I
what are
mean,
you gonna do? I mean-
you have there's logic.
They're not going to
in-
elect me to run.
There's logic in what you're saying, even though I do not believe we should be transitioning kids. But you want to talk about the government interference, and that's something that we're against. We're against the government interfering in stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ! What you put on next now?
Just moron is.
So
fucking
we're
saying
not
stupid
going to be taking cheap shots at each other.
No.
Each other.
I'm just arguing with some fucking idiot.
Oh, they keep going. What's his name?
Let's not get into it.
We're not going to show his picture and mock him.
No.
How did that work out for us? Did they ever find out?
No.
Okay.
Well, nobody ever claimed their Monero on that one either.
Ah,
You guys are fucking just throwing away free money here, and Monero just keeps going up.
yeah. You could be a dollar heir in Monero right
But,
now, and you don't even know
Speaking of arguing on Twitter, are we ready to go to our segments?
it. Yeah, the only thing the last thing I had on here was I think Joe Biden is starting to start his amnesty program now,
Oh.
and he's kind of like putting the head in first. They're going to slide the shaft in later. He's kind of like getting us ready to prepare
good.
us for mass amnesty and voter rights for illegals. So I'll leave it at that. So do what you got to do.
Yeah. So last week we talked about that police shooting. I didn't hear anything new on it.
I did though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The guy on Facebook, he's a famous libertarian. He's Oliver Chase, Chase Oliver. There's another guy, he's a famous libertarian, whatever. He is a famous libertarian, and, shit. He says it was justified shooting. A lot of people are agreeing with him because of, there was a gun, apparently there was a gun in his waistband.
I understand. We talked
And
about that.
the
already.
gun was on the floor
Yeah.
after the guard was shot at, but nobody could still verify that he shot at the guard. But they said they're saying it sounds like a justified shooting. So
Well-
I couldn't make the video out myself, so I really can't have an
So
opinion.
the
on
whole
that.
problem is that the cops escalated the whole situation,
Okay,
and then the security guard tackled him.
because he had hands up and went down to the ground, and they slammed him to the ground and tasered him. That is where the cops cross the line.
So now, do you remember during the Kyle Rittenhouse thing where in the trial, they tried to claim that Kyle started the fight, and therefore he's not entitled to self-defense?
True, yes.
And therefore it's not a justified shooting? Right? Now, that's a real argument. Now, they were wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse, but that's a real argument. So if the cops started this whole thing, then it's not a justified shoot. Because they started it, and he defended himself. Right? They had no justified reason to attack him.
Right, because he had essentially given up. He had submitted to their demands because he knew that he did not want to be shot.
Right.
So he immediately went hands up and to the ground.
Right.
And they pushed. He wasn't quick enough, even though he was following their commands, and they tasered him. So at that point, did he have is it justified for him to run? I think it is, because
and then when the security guard tackles him, then it's justified to shoot him. Right? Like you're trying to escape, and the guy's tackling you. This guy has no justification to put his hands on you whatsoever.
Not
He's a security
justified
guard.
in shooting,
Why
but
not?
in defending yourself from him.
Well, yeah.
Well, what's Georgia law with that, though?
It's Georgia. You can. I mean, like some
You
towns
shoot
in Georgia.
anybody.
In some towns in Georgia, you must own a gun.
Oh shit, McCarran,
Kennesaw.
Yeah,
My uncle lives there.
Do you know why they passed that law?
I don't remember.
Because Morton Grove, Illinois, passed a law that you could not own a handgun, or maybe Northbrook, whatever, or Morton Grove, whatever. One of the towns in the suburbs of Chicago passed a law saying that if you live in this town, you cannot own a gun, and they did that law to counteract that law, which I actually thought was kind of cool.
So anyway, I also got into an argument with another goofball on Twitter, and this guy, I don't know how we even got to this point, but this guy was saying like 10 years ago, he was walking home with his wife and daughter, and some crazy homeless guy who was drunk started harassing them verbally.
Okay.
And then this guy punched the drunk guy in the face.
Fair enough.
And I jokingly tweeted at the police department from whatever city he said it was in and said, hey, what's the statute of limitations on this?
I think I may have saw that.
And then he replied, or no, the police department replied.
No way.
And they're like, you're going to have to look that up on your own. And I'm like, I didn't think they would even fucking reply.
So you're reaching out to a government agency
Well, it was a joke. But I didn't think they would reply. Why the fuck would I think that?
But
then he got all mad, saying,
you blame him?
You're a narc.
You're a narc.
So he violently attacked somebody. Right? So someone's saying words.
No,
you don't get
he
to attack
defended
them.
himself.
No, the guy was saying words.
Words can be a threat.
No.
If you feel that you're in danger, you have a right to defend yourself.
Wrong.
That's safe to say.
Words are words.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to kill you. Is okay to say.
Yes.
What if I'm advancing towards you with no weapon, but I'm much larger than you are?
I still don't get to punch you.
Really?
Okay, we're talking about moral, not legal.
Well, morally, why couldn't? Okay,
because you haven't attacked me.
I disagree.
What do you mean? You haven't done anything.
I mean, words don't hurt, and sticks and stones still don't necessarily break bones. But if you're presenting yourself as a threat, and you're saying words that back up your body language in a threatening manner, you're goddamn right.
No, because you're throwing a punch, right? You have the right to extract yourself from the situation. You don't have a right to throw a punch.
Well, define extract yourself from a situation.
Get in a defensive stance, move away.
So you're with your wife and your child. Was it one kid or two kids?
I don't remember.
So he was going to have to wrangle up his wife and kid and get them away safely while homeless guy was pursuing him.
They can just keep walking while he can stay there and block the guy.
Well, no, because you can't leave them alone, because what if the guy gets past you or he's got friends away? No, you need to get your wife and
you can't punch people.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Do you think punching him is going to make him more likely or less likely to actually go forward with an attack on you?
It depends on how and where you punch him.
No, it doesn't depend. It doesn't depend.
Well,
he's going to pull a shiv out and stab you and stab your wife and stab your kid.
The right person at the right location, you knock the person and put him asleep. He's asleep.
Very unlikely.
Two, you scramble his egg, and he's now is better than pepper spray. He's now delusional, and if he keeps advancing,
that's another thing is have pepper spray on you, like just pull out pepper spray.
So it would have been okay
asshole. Back off, asshole. You take a step again,
So,
spray.
so he can advance towards you, and you can pepper spray him without touching you, and that's okay.
But I've warned you to back off.
So if he warned him, I'm going to punch you, and he still advances forward, what's the difference?
I mean, now we're getting into like, okay, I did this and then this, right? Because the original scenario is I just punched him.
If he was advancing towards them, though, I mean, that makes logical sense.
That's not part of the story.
But
the story is the guy was saying words and the other guy punched him. Like, you're inventing new things.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. And this has nothing to do with our segments. You're inventing things that were not in the story. You don't get to do that.
But you don't know the full story.
I don't need to. I know what was told to me.
You're making an assertion based on the facts that you're bringing into this.
I'm using the story that was told to me.
Okay, so he's the guy. He's not a good storyteller. He's like, guy came at my wife and my child, and I punched him. That doesn't mean
you get to invent things.
But it doesn't mean you get to ignore things.
I didn't ignore anything. I said you don't get to punch people who are saying words.
So,
dude, you're being retarded right now. This is my segment.
Here we go.
This is my segment.
I don't have a good argument.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh, this is your segment.
This is my segment.
I didn't know you were your segment.
And you're derailing it.
I didn't know you were in your segment.
Yes, you did. That's what I said.
No, I thought you were bringing up a different story. Go ahead.
Dude, okay. Like,
didn't know you were in your segment.
Literally, you're being retarded.
No,
so, like, you're defending...
You got nothing else to say. So
you're defending escalating a situation that's guaranteed to make it worse for you and everyone involved.
Okay, an arm is only so long. If the person is with arm's length, you have a right to punch him. But go ahead.
You don't.
Go ahead.
Okay, the whole point is you can do this, you can handle these situations in a libertarian manner that don't require you to punch somebody and also give yourself the potential to go to jail, lose your job. How the fuck is your daughter gonna grow up now when you're in jail and you've lost your job? Right? You're not thinking. Think more than 5 seconds into the future.
Punching somebody doesn't necessarily get you arrested.
You want to bet on that?
Yeah.
Go do it.
Where at?
Go downtown or go to the Strip.
Can I choose anywhere in America that I want to?
No, right, go here.
So anywhere in Nevada?
No, go where it's close by.
No, I'm asking this question because I actually have a story. I got into a fight in Pahrump.
Well, see, now you're saying I got into a fight. What does that mean? Does that mean a guy was saying words and you punched him?
We started throwing fists and we started...
Who's we?
Me and the other guy and myself.
Who threw the first punch?
He did.
Okay, then story over. You lose. This is irrelevant. Has nothing to do with anything.
Well, there was similar circumstances
again,
that
you're
almost
derailing.
got me arrested, but it's fine. You asked me a question. Go ahead. I'll sit here and look pretty.
You can handle these situations in a libertarian manner that don't put you and your family at risk.
Okay.
I don't understand why is this.
No, I'm curious to hear your libertarian manner.
Okay, so it's called simple de-escalation.
Okay.
Right? So why are you escalating situations? Right? The guy's being aggressive. The guy's being an asshole.
Okay.
Why are you taking it to the next level instead of trying to bring it down a level? Right? Diffuse the situation.
Okay. I'll let you finish.
So, I mean, like, these situations happen, right? Because people say stupid shit on Twitter, and then I tag the police, and they actually respond. But, and also, so, like, this can also be a police officer, right? So, if you're a listener and you're a police officer, this applies to you as well, right? Stop trying to escalate situations, right? Don't be Billy Badass who wants to fucking try his new gun out, right? Like, you're not helping. So, the first step in all these situations is assess the threats, okay?
Okay.
So, you're a big guy, so most people are probably going to be easy for you to take over in a fight.
I mean, and that's not necessary. I mean, I'm in my 50s, so
right. So you want to take into
circumstances. Yeah, I don't want to fight on the street anymore.
Right. Well, you want to take into account things like age, health status, like how overweight is a person, as well as yourself. Right. Know your own abilities. Know your limits. And I know we talked about doing like a self-defense thing,
I'd like to do that sometime.
which would be cool. But like that's after we've went through these de-escalation tactics.
Okay,
and it didn't work because they're not going to work all the time.
True.
So one thing I like to look at is does the person have a cauliflower ear?
Do not ever punch anybody.
Fuck with that guy, right?
Run.
Yes,
grab
get
your
the fuck
kid,
out of there.
Throw your wife to the ground and sacrifice her. Get you and your kid out of there. If he's got a cauliflower ear, that dude's been punched before.
But also look at things like are they wearing their pants low around their waist?
Right.
People do that, and I don't get it. But that person probably can't take you in a fight. unless they were
unless they pull their pants up.
Right. Or look at are their shoes untied?
Yeah.
Right, like just simple things like, if I do end up having to fight, what are my odds of winning here? Right, because if you have a good chance of winning, maybe don't go for the de-escalation. Maybe let them throw the first punch. Like you never know. But also take into account like their anger level. Like how mad are they really? Right. So if a guy is drunk and he's just issuing drunk guy threats, right? It's not like anger. He's just being a stupid drunk asshole.
Yeah, agreed.
Right. So
Yeah.
like, there's no reason to escalate that situation because it doesn't have to turn into a fight.
Yeah, but some could argue that a punch is a de-escalation.
It's just not. It's not. You're going from verbal to physical. That's an escalation.
But once the guy gets, punched in the nose, well, actually, oh, Jesus Christ, there's a great quote out here. It's actually a funny story, too. It was a New York Giants football player, really big. Are you a football fan at all?
No.
He was literally like one of the best linemen, I guess, for the New York Giants. And this is kind of when politically correctness went askew. And he was doing an interview, and he's like, he was known for slapping the guy's helmet. And what he would do, he would cup his hand and catch the ear hole.
Yeah.
So it would kind of scramble their egg. And the reporter asked him about that, and he goes, well, when are you going to punch a man or a woman? You got to, it's going to scramble their egg, and it's going to delay them a second or two, so it gives you the advantage. But obviously the joke was a man or a woman, because you can't leave women out, except when you're talking about punching. But Lawrence, might have been Lawrence Taylor, might have been. But
I think we talked about a couple weeks ago is cameras. Like know where cameras are in your vicinity.
Yeah.
So this is one of those times where you want to be on the camera.
Yes.
And if you can place yourself in an angle where it's going to get your face or their face or both faces, ideally, right now you can prove if it does get physical, I didn't start it. Right. He started it. I defended myself. It's on camera. Go talk to the camera owners.
Like I told my wife in my altercation, start filming this, please.
Yeah. Or if there's someone around you, start filming. And so let's get to like what actions you actually want to take, right? So what you can do is like take a few steps back, right?
I agree with that. Okay.
So, right, they're coming at you, step backwards, right? And keep facing them, right? Never face anywhere else,
right?
Because they are still a threat, and you want to keep your eyes on the threats. So if they don't seem violent, what you want to do is you want to keep your hands at your side, right?
Sure. Okay.
Not in your pocket. Just at rest at your side, like a normal stance.
That's what you said. I always, when I get in an altercation with people, I always keep my hands in my pocket. And no, the reason, do not do this. The reason is, if my hands are in my pocket, because I'm a very aggressive talker, and my body language can get a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, I'm Italian,
too.
so we talk with our hands.
I'm just a hillbilly, but we still we talk a lot. I always kept my hands in my pocket. So it was very evident I did not start the fight.
Yeah.
And I had to be punched first.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to take the punch to the mouth or whatever.
So the problem with the pockets is like they could say, "Oh, I thought he had a weapon." You know what I mean? So that's why you want to have them not in your pockets.
Fair enough.
But I get what you're saying. Like, take it as.
But if I didn't have a weapon, that's their mistake, and they're still guilty.
Right. Now, if they do seem a little more violent, you want to have your hands like this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so up in a semi-defensive position and open. Right?
Oh, open,
Don't have fists.
No, fair enough.
Just like, hey, man, back off.
Yeah.
Right? Because now, if he does make a move, you can instantly get into a stance.
That's actually better than the hands in the pocket thing.
Yeah. Now, like, if it's mostly verbal accosting and they're, like, making demands or like, and this is especially true for police.
Yeah.
Right? Stop acting like you got somewhere to fucking be, dude. You're on the clock. You're getting paid. My taxes are paying you. So stick the fuck there and take your time. Right? Don't rush the person because that's going to make them agitated.
Right.
That's going to make them more likely to do something violent or something stupid. And then, I had to do it. It was a clean shoot. No, it wasn't a fucking clean shoot. You're just a stupid fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Stop rushing people. And they even do this at traffic stops. Right? Like, if you don't know where your registration is, like, come on, man, I got all fucking day. Yes, you do got all fucking day. We're paying you to be there. Right? So stop rushing people.
Don't tell them that. They don't like that. But
I'm telling you fucking now, okay?
It's true.
If you're a cop, stop rushing people. You are not,
because they're nervous. They
Yes.
may have never been pulled over by a cop before, and they're just kind of like they're in shock.
you're getting
Chill
paid
the
to be
fuck
there.
out.
We aren't. So fucking take your time. Not a big deal. So as far as like how to interact verbally, don't say command words.
Okay.
All right, like hey, knock it off, or so like instead like try and ask questions. Or,
Okay.
like what's your problem, man? Like what do you want from me? Things like that.
That is
right?
more de-escalating, and that is a great philosophy.
And try to remain calm, right? Because if you give angry energy, right now they're gonna again double up, right?
Yeah.
So like, what do you want, man? Leave me alone, right? I don't have a problem with you. Why, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like and I don't want to do a super deep dive because I've already been talking for like 20 minutes,
and that's fine.
But
I don't have anything for my segment. I just want to respond
oh
to
my
yours.
God, you're useless.
No, I grow tomato plants, eat tomatoes and beans, learn how to act in the crowd. I've covered a lot of stuff.
But these are just like basic things to think about. And the other thing is like get pepper spray, right? I've already mentioned pepper spray is legal in all 50 states unless you're a felon. So
not bear pepper spray. Not legal in all
yeah,
states.
bear spray. It's the same thing.
Oh, is it? Because you can't bring that to Canada if it says bear on it.
You can't bring where?
Bear pepper spray into Canada.
I don't give a fuck about Canada. Fuck those guys.
Okay.
In the United States, I don't. Whatever country you're
I
from,
do think bear pepper spray might be illegal in some states here as well.
I don't think it's all the same.
I think there's a longer trajectory on that. Let's not. We don't need to shoot that in here.
But anyway, yeah, like have pepper spray, and use that instead of punch. Because guess what? If you don't punch things regularly, you're gonna break your fucking hand.
And that is very, very true.
You don't want to break your hand. It hurts.
So
I know.
Are you done with your? I got a couple of responses, and they're not bad. So, a few things you said kind of made me laugh, and the reason why is I had a job when I worked in Chicago. I ran a couple different high rises, and I was always given freedom on managing the loading dock or the movers, the delivery guys. So I was allowed to be a little bit on the aggressive side because they were. So I worked at one particular high rise, and I had a fairly large staff, and I was like, okay, guys. Well, and to boot, one of my favorite movies is the original Roadhouse, not the one now. Not necessarily a bad movie, but it didn't need to be named Roadhouse. So my favorite movie is Roadhouse, or one of them. And I said, I wonder what I can get away with saying to somebody before they punch me, because I believe if you're 5 to 10 seconds into a conversation, an aggressive conversation, and that person hasn't punched you yet, they never will. And then to boot, I would try to reenact any scene from Roadhouse in that scenario. So I would get into it with people, and like one guy, we had one guy who was a mover. And this dude was all jacked up, but he was short. Not that it matters, but he was all jacked up, but he was angry. I'm like, dude, you wake up angry. And him and I were going back and forth. He threatened to hit me with a haymaker. I know what a haymaker is. But instead of saying, I'm like, oh, you name your punches. Do you agree? I was brutal with this guy, just waiting for him to throw a punch. He would not throw a punch. And the cool thing was, he's like, I'm going to move my truck out of the loading dock, which is all I wanted him to do in the first place. And I'm going to beat your ass on the street. I go, okay. He pulls his truck out of the loading dock. I grabbed one of my janitors. I'm like, let's lock the gates. And we just, if you saw Roadhouse, you'd understand. You're too stupid to have a good time. And you just lock them out. But trust me, this altercation lasted about 20 minutes. He had numerous times to punch me, and he never did.
Right.
And actually, prior to moving to Pahrump, Nevada, I was never taken up on that offer, no matter what size the guy was. He could have been my size. It's kind of hard to find bigger in a delivery guy, but big enough or whatever. And no one ever took me up on it. And actually, the funny one was it was a black delivery guy. And this dude was probably my size. And we had a black doorman. And the race comes into this in a second. And the black doorman was standing next to me, and the delivery guy was harassing people that lived in the building. And I'm like, yo, dude, you're out. You're done. He's like, no, I got to do a delivery. I'm like, no, you're going to walk out. You're going to calm the fuck down. And then we're going to talk, and you might be able to come back in here. I go, you're leaving now. And he's walking him, and he's hard staring me, and I'm like, dude, you got two choices. You can leave now, or you can do what you're thinking. And the doorman freaked out when I said that. Jumped in front of me, tried to push me against the wall to get me away from this guy. And he's like, dude, you can't talk to a black guy like that. I go, but I just did. And he's still walking towards the door. So, and it's not really a black-white issue. It was just more of one black guy was trying to help another one out. But it was all fun and games because, honestly, that's all it was to me is fun and games. But, yeah, no one ever took me up on punching me in the face until I moved to Pahrump, Nevada.
Most people don't even know how to throw a punch.
No, they don't.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, go on YouTube or maybe Rumble or someone that doesn't censor this kind of stuff, but watch street fights.
Yeah.
So, like, and what you're looking for is what attitudes or behaviors are likely to happen right before a street fight. So, like, because you want to know what to look out for, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because is this guy just posing or is he really going to do something? And, like, when you watch videos of street fights, you kind of can get to tell the difference. And you can also see, like, what kind of stupid shit people do. Because most people have no idea how to fight, right? I mean, like, you can go to 1 week of a martial arts class and beat the shit out of most people because they have no idea what they're doing. Like, they literally have no idea.
Well, I think the best advice out there was Mr. Miyagi. If someone throws a punch, don't be there to receive it.
Yeah.
So, but the reality is you should take self-defense classes, and it doesn't have to be in depth or really involved, but you want to know and practice how to do a couple things. And probably one of the biggest things, there is a tactical response to being put in a headlock.
Yeah.
And you need to know how to get out of that because that can put your lights out really quick. And with the problems in this country right now, headlocks might be the preferred method to shut you up. So learn how to get out of it. And basically, it's basically spinning your body with your neck and your head away from the crust of your inner elbow. And you want your back of your neck to be here. And then you're opened up to start defending yourself at that point. But take some training. Learn how to do it. I think people should learn how to de-escalate and defend yourself without violence. And then what to do if violence occurs, how to end it right away.
Right. And there's also classes for de-escalation. So, like, this is just a basic primer. Right? If you really want to get into this stuff, and if you're a cop, take a fucking de-escalation class. Right? They don't do that.
No, they don't.
In the academy. I mean, it's absurd. Right? That should be basic training.
And
shit.
don't ever fold your thumb into your fist.
No, that's a good way to break your hand even worse.
Actually, what's funny is the same building as that before. Some guy, we were talking to him. He's like, "Well, yeah, I was taught how to fight," and he's like, he put his hands up like this. Yeah. And I'm like, "Were you taught to fight in the 1950s?" Like, seriously, dude. I'm just gonna punch you in your hands, and you're gonna punch yourself. Learn how to fucking properly hold your hands. I mean, hand placement, foot placement, the spread of your foot, your shoulders versus where your hands are staying. You hold your left leg back, your right leg back, based on if you're left or right.
Right.
So learn this stuff and practice it because you might need it sometime. And if you don't practice it, it's not going to be there to protect you. Holy shit. Went down some weird roads on that one. But you're more de-escalation. I'm more aggressive de-escalation. I'm more of like.
Well, I'm not saying I do this myself. I'm just saying.
No, you're the smarter way. That's the smarter way to do it.
But the first step I said was assess your threats. So, like, honestly, if it's an old guy and he's talking shit, start the fight, buddy. Just start the fight.
Knock his false teeth right out.
Right, like, I don't give a fuck.
But some of the old guys are badass, so be careful. It's like the Eddie Murphy joke that gay guys, they're men too. They might whoop your ass. So, but the reality is I've always tended to take the aggressive side because especially when I was younger, I have my size and that always was my benefit.
Right.
And I try to utilize that. And I've gotten myself out of situations by being the aggressor without going hands-on with somebody.
Right. Because, that can help sometimes, but, if they have a weapon, like, you're going to get your...
It could have went sideways on me numerous times. And I agree with that. So you've got to know where your comfortability is at.
Right.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to know where you're comfortable at and got to know what you can do and how you can protect yourself. And maybe we should move forward into some, like, self-defense classes. The guy that I had lined up kind of flaked out, and he's now out of my life for some weird reason. He was the head of security at my job, and he just up and quit one day. Huh. He's like, I'm not taking this shit anymore. Walked out the door.
I've done that.
We're like, really?
Yeah. Actually, I just didn't show up.
Oh, no. He's like, I'm tired of this shit, and walked up there and drove away. We're like, what just happened? Like, we didn't know he was building up hostility.
Huh.
And then it all came out at apparently the wrong time because he could have saved his job. I mean, we could have worked with him.
Interesting.
Because he was a great guy. But, sorry, Craig. Miss you, brother. But yeah, if you don't know somebody, I can find somebody. Or we can just, what we could do is just use like a dummy. We could bring Travis in here and use him as a dummy.
There you go. No, I think we should get someone that like does this for a living or.
No, I agreed. It would be nice to show people how to do counter maneuvers, how to do a strike maneuver if you have to,
Yeah.
and how to get out of certain popular holds.
Right.
I can wheel the bike out of here, get a mat. We can turn the camera. We could probably do something pretty nice because that is one of my visions, or one of our visions of the show is to do in some self-defense techniques because that is a part of survival. And the deeper we get into this country in the next few months, that is one topic I missed though, but it might become quite apparent. And then one topic I did miss is fucking NATO. Dude, they're pushing us into they're writing a check that Americans are going to have to cash with Russia.
Isn't that the point
of
NATO?
That shit needs to fucking stop now. We'll fight here before our kids fight over there. This is not going to happen. There's enough people that are not going to allow our kids to go over to fight some weird fucking issue that NATO's got. So stand strong, people. Are we good?
I think so.
I think we are done.
See you next week.
Yep.
Maybe for a live debate.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.